Right, welcome to our third lesson on unit conversion. We've been looking at converting between metric units using the conversion table. I would like you to pause the video and try question 7 and 8 quickly, please. Pause the video, try question 7 and 8. Okay, hope you've tried them. Question 7 says, find the difference in the amounts of liquid held by the two containers shown below. The first container and the second container. Now, this first container is in centimeters cubed, and this one is in liters. So is the idea of reading them and then converting them to the same unit. So the first thing I'm going to do now is just to basically read this. Now, to read this one, you need to know what one division is. From this 500 here, I've got this division here, I've got that one, I've got this tall one, I've got this one, and you can see I've got that one there. So I'm going to see how many gaps I have from 500 to 1,000 because I want to see what I'm counting in. So from this to this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I've got 5 gaps. Now, but the difference between 1,000 and 500 is going to be 500. So what you need to do, you need to divide 500 by 5 to see what you're counting in. So we are counting in 100 centimeters cubed. Okay. So if this is 500, that's going to be 600, that's going to be 700, 800, 900, and then 1,000. Okay. But the level of the liquid is here, right? So we can see that this is basically halfway between these two. That here was what? That's 500, 600, 700. So this is 700, that's 800. What's in between them is basically going to be 750. Okay. So they have got 750 on this one. So 750 centimeters cubed on that. Okay. Now for this one now, I'm going to try to read this in liters again. So I've got from this to that, I've got how many tall gaps? I've got we can use this one's here. So from that to that to that to that to that, you can look at those divisions. Okay, so that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So there I've got 4 gaps now. Okay, so I've got 4 tall gaps. Now those 4 gaps, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to need to share the difference between those 4 gaps. Now the difference between 0.9 and 0.5 is going to be 0.4. So I'm going to need to share them between those 4 gaps to see what I'm counting on. Okay, so we're counting in 0.1 liters. So from here to here is going to be 0.1 gap. So that's going to be 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, and that's 0.9. Okay. Now, if this is 0.5 and that's 0.6, whatever is going to be in between them here is going to be 0.55. Okay. Because if 0.5 is on this end and 0.6 is on the other end, what's in the middle of them is going to be 0.55. Think of this as 0.50 and 0.60. The middle of 50 and 60 is 55, so 0.55. So the reading here is basically 0.55 liters. Okay, so now we have the readings. What we need to do now is to change them to the same thing and then compare which one is bigger. So change them to the same thing and compare which one is bigger. Okay, the conversion table tells us that 1 liter is always 1,000 milliliters, and 1,000 milliliters is the same as 1,000 centimeter cube. So this is the one I'm going to use now. Okay, the first one is already 750 centimeters cubed. The second one, I'm changing liters to centimeters cubed. I need to times because I'm going forward. I need to times by this 1,000 here. So I'm going to do 0.5, and all I need to do, I'm going to need to times by 1,000. If you times it by 1,000, the decimal more moves how many times? 3 times. Okay, so that's 0 going to be there. So my answer is going to be 550 centimeters cubed. Okay, now that decimal point and the 0, they're not there anymore. So I've got 550 on this one, and on that one, I've got 750. So the difference I will need to take away. So I'm going to do 750 take away 550. So the difference is 200 centimeters cubed. Okay. Right. Question 8. Let's look at question 8 quickly. It says a reservoir contains 600,000 liters. So it's like a big tank, has got 600,000 liters of water. Now, during a period of heavy rain, the volume of water in the reservoir increases by 750 milliliters every day. So every single day, they're adding 750. The reservoir can hold no more than this. So at this rate, how many days would it take for the reservoir to start overflowing? The first thing I need to do is to get the difference. How much more space is left? Okay. So if it's a 600 and it can go up to 800, it means that we only have 200 left to be occupied. Okay. So you do 800 take away 600, which is 200. You do 800,000 take away 600,000, which you have 200,000. So the only space that is left at the moment is 200,000 liters. But every single day, 750 is being added, right? 750 milliliters is being added there. So what I need to do is how many of this, how many times will this go into that? That's what they're asking here. So how many times this will go into that? The first thing you need to do, you change them to the same thing. You can change the 750 milliliters into liters, or you can change the liters into milliliters. I would prefer to change milliliters to liters. And I know that 1 liter is 1,000 milliliters. Okay. So if I'm changing from milliliters back to liters, I divide by 1,000. So you need to divide this one by 1,000. And if you do that, the 3 zeros at the end would go. Okay. So I want to see how many times does the 750 go into the 200,000. Okay. So that's how to do that. So the first thing you need to do, get the difference between this. That tells you how much volume is still left for the water to fill up. And the water is filling 750, at a rate of 750 liters every day. So this 750, how many times will they fit into this? So that we're going to tell you the days that is required. Okay. If you do that in the calculator, you're going to find 265 days, 267 days that you need. Okay. And you might need to round up. And I think that's what they've done there. Okay, I would like you to pause the video. Now try question 9. Right, so hope you've done that. He says a lasagna recipe requires 0.7 kilos of minced beef, 400 grams of tomato sauce, 300 grams of cheese sauce, 0.2 kilograms of lasagna sheets, 2,500 milligrams of herbs and spices. How many kilograms do these ingredients weigh? They're asking you to do one thing, to convert these things into kilograms. I'm going to do that quickly. This is already in kilograms. With the grams, you divide by 1,000. Remember, 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams. Okay. So all you need to do, you divide this one by 1,000 to change the kilogram. Divide that by 1,000. That's 30 kilograms for you. Now, when it comes to milligram, what you need to do, you need to change milligrams to grams first. Okay. Remember, 1 gram is 1,000 milligrams. So if you're changing milligrams back to grams, you're going to need to divide by 1,000, right? So if you divide this one by 1,000, you're going to end up with 2,500, 2.5 grams, okay, because you divided it by 1,000, right? So you got 2.5 grams. What you want to do now is to change grams to kilograms. What do? You divide by 1,000. You go back, so you divide by 1,000. So all you need to do is to do 2.5 divided by 1,000 and then just add them up, okay? So that's how to go about that. For part B, it says 0.2 kilogram of ingredients are needed to feed one person. How many people can be fed with this recipe? So if one person is 0.2, okay, and then for part A, you need to use the answer for part A to work this one out. So part A, if you did it properly, you should get 1.6025 kilograms. Okay, if you did it properly, then that's what you should get. So if one person needs 0.2, how many people will need this? Easiest thing to do is to share this between 0.2. So you just divide this by 0.2, and this might be in an calculator paper. So how do you go about this? Okay. Now, the first thing you need to do is to know that dividing by a whole number is difficult. So you need to make this one a whole. Dividing by decimal number is difficult. So you need to divide this one times this by 10 to make it a whole number. But if you're dividing, whatever you do with this one, you must do with this. Otherwise, the answer will be different. Okay. So that's going to be 0 there. Okay. So if you times this by 10 and times that by 10, the answer you're going to get will be the correct answer to do. Okay. Now we're going to look at dividing decimal numbers later on in another video. Okay.